Welcome back to NieR. So now let's enter the temple.
What could possibly go wrong in here?
Well, it's not your typical Indiana Jones temple. It's more like Professor Layton temple because we'll see in a second. Well, sorta.
How many pickrats can we get in here?
Let me guess.
Not much, but basically, in order to proceed, we need to unlock all the rooms in this floor, particularly. And each room needs to be solved. So it needs, as a seal that needs to be broken in another room near it, and the seal gets broken by solving the puzzle of the room, which means cleaning the right block, as you will see in a second, by respecting the rules that the room imposes to you, which are stuff like do not run, or do not use magic, or do not jump.
Stop
like
having
that.
fun.
Do not pass
Pretty
go.
much.
Do not collect $200.
You'll see in a second. There you go. We need to this glowing cube. So the first room we're trapped in because, again, we need to solve this puzzle. Will present us with a particular challenge we need to solve. In this case, leaping rabbit. You do not have to dodge or jump, as you will see in a second.
Why leaping rabbits?
It's associated with animals. Well, you know, rabbits jump.
Well, I know that, but there's no rabbits here. And what's just happened?
If you lose the challenge, you get teleported back to the original room. We're gonna see what happens when someone else screws up with the rules, but it's implied here that Vi's magic protects NieR.
Why was Connie trying to run for a
Yeah,
while?
the AI of your partners can get wild when it comes to Go ahead, James.
Connie hasn't really impressed me so far. I mean, I know she hasn't been that much as yet, but all she's done so far is either do cliche, hard person lines or get pushed around everywhere.
Well, to be fair, Dweebs, she helped us reaching Façade and granting us access to it. So.
And she was a good help taking out that giant shade in the
True.
Yeah, I've only like a couple of times though. For the rest of it,
Kaine, stop trying to run into the corners. That can't help
we just met her, Dweebs. Don't worry, she gets even better if that's your concern.
Plus, those are pretty big examples of her being useful.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can be. There is such a thing as being useful and yet still not really having all that much of an impact.
I think you're being a bit too hard on her. I mean, let's be quite honest, she's done a lot more good than bad for us.
Anyway, here I'm just showcasing how it works. Otherwise, you can simply smash those cubes that are spewing projectiles by either jumping on them or just destroying them. So if you want to reach quickly the goal, you can just jump and skip all the maze parts. But I'm just showcasing how it's supposed to be solved without jumping.
Anytime you want to join us over here, Kaine.
Alright, here we go.
Nah,
Push!
it's
gonna be like that sponge.
I'm pretty sure you can handle this.
It's gonna be like that SpongeBob episode. It's like that SpongeBob episode where Patrick suggests to push the entire town out of the way of that big worm, and then SpongeBob and Sandy go off and enact their plan, and then they go over Patrick's plan anyway by going push, push.
The door is now open.
But the prince was not here.
Of course he wasn't. He's probably somewhere deeper.
Oh, by the way,
paper.
that's it, and it's gonna be you, Jova.
What?
Someone's here.
Who's that? Steve Austin?
It
No,
was me,
no,
Austin.
too young to be him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
so, you have to rescue Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Hey,
Yes.
Tio, what would you do if it was Adam Beechin in there?
Anyway, there you go, meet the prince and, future king of Façade.
Aw, he looks so adorable. Insolent fools, stay where you are!
From, boy?
I am no boy! I am the 91st Prince of Façade!
Okay.
Huh? But you're just a kid.
Silence! How could you know so little in the way of how am I able to understand you?
And oops,
Action.
apparently he screwed the rules.
What is this thing?
Well, shit.
That, you know. For a moment there, I thought it was gonna crush him like in Wile E. Coyote.
Well, it would have been. Well, that would have made this
All
mission.
right.
That would have made this mission aggravatingly pointless.
Yeah, I think this is one of the toughest rooms because it imposes you the most frustrating conditions, aka station. No, actually, no. This is not stationary. Essentially, you don't need to just constantly move. So this one actually was pretty easy. Sorry. So the prince broke it by just standing there, as you can imagine.
You know, I really have to
Also,
wonder.
that camera angle.
I had to wonder what kind of ancient civilization put all these.
It's probably again the same one as the one of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus and Last Guardian. Anyway,
This is a
now we switch
wild
to another gameplay perspective, platforming in 2D style. But it's briefly, so don't worry. No, Java. Sorry, no, Dweebs, it's not that case. Alright,
No,
this
no.
is the aggravating room, but watch out for the rules.
Watch out for the rules. Okay.
For what are these particular rules? Racing Wolf and Magic Spewing Bap. Essentially, do not run and do not use magic, but apparently Kaine has enough of this shit.
Damn it! This shit's starting to piss me off.
I'm sorry, Kaine. The rule said no magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Go. Let me.
Bye, Kaine.
Yeah, you know, guys, you're not really doing a very good job of convincing me.
Well, we're just reasoning, yeah, we'll just rescue her as well. Alright, this room is so frustrating because again you cannot run, so every small you have to gently tap the
No!
pad.
Just ran.
Yeah, so let's just cut off, please. Yeah, alright, let's just cut off when I actually manages to. Even jumping is really risky, so you need to be very careful. There we go. Let's pass this first one. You need to essentially solve all the rooms on the floor of the temple. Don't worry, but like 3 or 4 in total. And then you'll be able to proceed to the main garden where the prince is kept, supposedly.
So this is pretty much answer the riddle, the level.
Yeah.
I can say it's well, since the game is a big throwaway to classical fantasies, it can be said it's also a throwaway to the classical dungeons that you explore in a traditional tabletop game, which in turn is what the JRPG genre sparkled from. Once again, Square never made a secret that Final Fantasy is directly inspired by Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And yet it would grow to be so much more.
Something different according to the cases.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I know.
This next room is
Who's tapping?
What the heck is that?
Protected Turtle. You cannot parry.
Yeah, I think that's you.
That's not me. I hear it.
Yeah, it's Shiro.
Wait, what?
Please mute. Yeah, unless you have to suffer this.
Wait, hold on. It sounds better now. Never mind.
Are you tapping on your microphones?
No.
Or stop.
Anyway, don't worry, this room was actually really easy as well, so you just need... Again, you can actually potentially destroy the cubes by just standing on them. Only the ones that spew bullet and the magic ones you need to destroy. So...
it's a good...
Go ahead, Weebs.
You know, it's a good job NieR doesn't have any drilling powers because nowhere in the room, so you can't go under the room and then go through it that way.
Just as planned.
Apparently, boy, went the wrong way, so don't worry, I'm gonna fix it immediately. Sorry.
Where are you going back? Because I dropped my contact lenses here.
Don't worry, just spin dash in the way, we're gonna make it quick.
I gotta go fetch you.
Gotta go fast. Anyway, there we go. This is the next room.
There you are.
Alright, let me remember what the rules were for this one. I think...
die.
Well, aside from that,
Well,
Weebs.
yes, that.
Did they ever state the rules like, in text?
Magic spewing bad, very good. You cannot use magic for this one. You're only allowed to use the physical attacks or by just jumping, like I'm doing now.
Hold on. So you pretty much have to guess what you're not allowed to do by the title name because it just says magic.
Well, sorry, Jova, to be honest, they're pretty easy to be pretty intuitive in a sense, but when you say something like magic spewing bat, it means don't use magic. When it says stationary, I'll say don't stand on your own.
Yeah, fair enough. I was just trying to confirm that that's definitely the case for each
Sure,
one.
it's not a direct hint saying what you need to do, but it's still pretty easy to understand if you ask me.
So when NieR dies in this game, he explodes into dust.
So,
No, he just gets teleported back to the entrance.
so here's an idea. Why don't you stand on top of the red one?
That's
and,
what I'm about to do. I remember it's been a while since my very first run, so I forgot about the fact that you could stand. There we go.
Haha, suckers. I'm taunting blocks.
You've been defeated by the power of stamina.
You'll be surprised, Jova. By the end of this dungeon, you will learn to not fuck up with blocks.
I know, right? What's the problem, man?
Or else you'll get blocked.
It's funny. It's also funny. I shouldn't mention because spoilers, but evil cubes are tied to another game that came out
Of course,
relatively recently.
Kingdom Hearts Recoded.
That too, but that was not recent. But I'm saying already too much.
That reminds me, have you seen some Call Me Johnny's reviews of Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
Almost all of
basically
them, not the one of 3D yet.
Not all
Yeah.
of them.
Unfortunately, guys, all that review series actually managed to steer me away from that series further.
Johnny definitely likes Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, but trust me, he does not take any prisoners regarding its story.
I'm with him on the story, but unlike him, the fan service is not enough to keep me that interested in terms of that regard. Sure, the gameplay is fine on its own, so that's why I'm still playing it, and besides, it's gonna be, I'm gonna, still give it a pass for essentially the fact that the gameplay is vivid enough and tries to renovate itself each game. But anyway, I'm gonna say much more when we'll actually commentate on it. I apologize if I forgot to unpause here, but don't worry, it's like a minute. Go ahead, Jova.
But yeah, the main issue with Kingdom Hearts is like, well, any game that's not a numbered game seems to have the problem of definitely pretty much having Disney World to be like the secondary element.
Not just that, Jova, the fact that starting with
The story starts to get convoluted.
Not that, Jova. Starting with Birth by Sleep, because yeah, it happened in 358 over 2 days, but that was more excusable because the DS could not arrange that much. But starting with Birth by Sleep, the world starts to get chillingly empty, and that's not really nice when you just need, especially when it's so story driven and it's supposed to be tied up to these Disney movies, having the rooms just be arcade-like and just filled with monsters you need to kill. Sure, it's good enough on its own, but not for what you're aiming for, at least in my opinion. But again, I'm saying too much already for not being on the playthrough.
Wait, hold on. I thought you weren't on the playthroughs.
No, yeah, but we're not at the moment.
That was me who was contemplating not being in on the playthroughs.
Oh, no. I recommend that you still be in on the playthroughs. I mean, you won't have to play through them, but I will agree that, yeah, the prologues can be a bit lengthy. And seeing as how, you're being sold on the idea of a Disney crossover, the fact that those prologues don't even really start with those Disney characters is a bit weird.
Whatever.
But I will say this though, beyond those prologues, they're definitely a good riffing material.
Sorry,
good fun.
Shiri, can you repeat?
Yeah, I just said Kingdom Hearts 1 notwithstanding in that one.
You didn't like the prologue either, Kingdom Hearts
No,
1?
no, I mean that prologue actually does feature, a reasonable amount of the Disney characters.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Every now and then. Although I'll be quite
on the other hand, not so much.
Yeah, I'll be quite honest. For a moment there, I was wondering if I was ever going to get beyond Destiny Islands because I sometimes didn't know what to do.
There we go.
really? I I've found it really easy to figure that out. Whatever.
It's
Well, there is that. I think it was a mushroom that is really hidden behind that rock. You need to
the
move.
mushroom. Do not like having to look for that.
There we go.
But I
One
will
more-
say this
I
though.
think it's one more room and we should be done.
You know, ironically, in regards to the plot, Kingdom Hearts 1 is possibly the best because.
Well, that's the thing, Jova. It's self-contained. Despite the sequel baiting, it's technically self-contained because Square didn't knew it would have been Big Hit, so they made it with the idea of it being completely concluded, mostly on its own anyway.
Also,
So-
I will say this Kingdom Hearts 2 story I also do like because it breaks the formula of having every ending have to be freaking bittersweet. Like, seriously, my god. That
You basic
series.
mouse.
I mean,
Well, it's a tradition that you kept from Final Fantasy because when you think about it, at least for the most part, fucking Final Fantasy VIII, almost every ending of Final Fantasy is bittersweet in a sense that the world is saved, but there was a price to
But
pay.
Teo, don't
I
you?
get that.
But Teo, we still don't know if Squall maybe died at the end of this
But
one.
yeah, Joe, here's the thing, Pedro. Paradoxically enough, even the first 13 respected that.
yeah. You know, weird as it
How
is.
fucked up is
You know,
that?
oh my god, that is a weird thing. 13 actually kind of broke that.
At least the
trend.
first. No, well, Joe, at least the first one. The first one is still
the first
bittersweet.
one.
The cocoon is saved, but Fang and Vanille had to sacrifice themselves in order to sustain it because miracles don't just happen from day to night.
My main point is that, you know, like, well, okay. It does bittersweet while also being way down in the dumps about it. Is the
True.
like, well,
It's still
'cause, like, well,
stupid, but at least it respects this idea of the franchise.
yeah, I know. Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like, well, Final Fantasy games do have bittersweet endings, but they don't end them down in the dumps. They're like more triumphant bittersweet endings. Whereas with Kingdom Hearts,
True, at least the main line. Go ahead. I'll
Yeah.
say
whereas
later.
with Kingdom Hearts, every game that isn't Kingdom Hearts 2, you know is going to have a downer ending at this point.
Well, the
Well-
Super Base Leap was bounded by the fact that
To
it
be
was
fair-
a prequel to everything.
Yeah, not
I
just
know,
that,
I
but
know.
to be
But I'm
fair,
gonna be
I'm pretty
quite
sure
honest.
that's being saved for Kingdom Hearts 3, since Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be the end of the Xehanort saga.
I get that.
Mhm.
It's just like, well, it's just a bit redundant and a bit annoying, especially to those who aren't fans as we are. Like, I'll be quite honest, also, Recoded as well really kind of
Well,
Is that?
grinded
It's
me.
better- well, Java-
Recoded was bittersweet.
honestly, if you ask, see, the thing is, Jova, at this point, they're just making the games for the fans who already know this shit, not for newcomers at this point. It's kind of like,
Which is...
it's kind of like,
Which is...
It's a story-driven series, and
it's kind of like, it's kind of like it's kind of like if Kojima tried to make MGS4 for newcomers, even though that doesn't work.
I get
Alright,
that.
alright, sorry, time for the boss
we're near
fight.
the
Sorry
end
if I
of
had to
the
interrupt you. Yeah, we're
No,
almost
it's
at the
okay. We
boss
just
fight.
did about a good time. Into this long hallway. Wait, where are we?
It's an
Oh wait,
odd
that's right.
place to be sure.
Grimoire
It's the
Rights
heart
is
of the
still with
temple.
us.
Well, shit.
Oh,
I
crap.
get that feeling a boss wants
I
us here.
suppose
Well,
that
Jova,
was
maybe the save
fixed.
point was an indication.
Alright,
Look.
who we gonna face?
I need to check the name, but it's based on the character of the Arabian Night.
Hi, Prince!
Arabian
Arabian
Nights.
Arabian Night!
Yes, we get it, Jova.
Yes,
Anyway.
yes, Joby, you can sing louder than us because it's a different time of day over there. Good for you.
No.
That mural
And yeah, there you go. The boss we faced are the cubes. It's, you know what this reminds me, Pedro? I don't know if you ever played, but I'm pretty sure you did, considering the knowledge. It reminds me of Kurushi. You remember that?
Oh god.
A zero.
It's a PS1 title when you essentially need to run away from cubes and destroy them.
Freaking
Hey,
cubes, man.
Hey Siri.
Go ahead, Waves.
So basically, Siri, this is what happened after ITV cancelled the Cube. Philip Schofield went nuts and just made this.
But don't you see, Teo? This is Yoko Taro taking inspiration from the Master Control Program boss from Kingdom Hearts 2.
So let me get this straight.
Alright, sorry, Jova. Yeah, this boss is called Sharibar, which is based on the King of Persia in the Arabian Nights. Go ahead.
So let me get this straight. In Mario, the blocks are toads that have been turned into blocks by Bowser's magic, so we're killing them. So does this mean that these boxes are from Crash Bandicoot, and thus we're actually doing the world a service by breaking them?
Well, I don't know, Jova. But the thing is, you need to hit the red cubes in order to destroy the key parts of the boss, and basically sell. If you hit any kind of other cubes or the blue ones, the boss is gonna counterattack with magic projectiles that you cannot destroy normally.
Oh,
So
I
the
got it.
recommendation is you use your magic spear in order to defeat the specific
Ah!
cubes you need. Go ahead.
Wait, I got it. Maybe these boxes are just the heartless of all the boxes that Crash and Mario have broken.
Well, it's not entirely clear what it is, if it's a shade that possessed the cubes of the temple, or it's just the temple protective system. But it's definitely sentient.
Oh boy.
Let's see if it's gonna take a different form.
Are we gonna do the golem?
Nope, we're going to be doing generic robots.
It's what it's called. Oh god, I forgot the name. The wood golem in Tekken.
What's his name?
I keep forgetting his name. The one that became that stupid boss, the stupid gigantic boss in the movie. Yeah, it was also the training dummy.
Movie.
The Tekken CGI movie.
I thought you were about the live action one.
Mokujin, there you go. That's what he's called.
Oh yeah, wasn't the Tekken movie good? The one...
No, Jova. It's
No.
really bad.
Again,
Which
it's hard to
one?
tell. It's hard
The
to tell which
CGI
one.
movie.
Oh.
All
I was
of them
talking
were
about the live
terrible.
action one. Isn't the live
Which
action
is-
one good to you?
Honestly,
Which is-
the best Tekken movie feels, at least it feels, it's the animated one. Anyway,
Oh, the one with Miles Edgeworth in it?
there you go. There's
Kaine.
Kaine.
Stay there. I'll take
How
care
did
of
you
this
get out?
loser.
Yeah, how did she free herself?
I'll
We
take
don't
care of
know.
this loser.
Because she's not going to be a damsel waiting in to be rescued. She's gonna free herself and then take revenge.
Yeah, sweetie, you're supposed to hit the red cubes.
Well, remember, she
No,
wasn't around. Remember, she wasn't around. We figured that out.
True. Oops.
I think you made it angry.
Little girl versus giant
Yeah.
monster.
We.
Well,
There we go.
That didn't work out well.
Let's
Alright,
take them
now
on
the boss.
together.
Now the boss will actually start changing the cube's color into red ones to attack.
Don't go weepy, okay? I'm searching for you.
Thanks, Kaine.
Tsundere.
She was simply lost.
Fuck off.
Oh, great! Tsundere is my favorite character trope.
Dibs. Have you seen Rumiko Takahashi
Screw
work?
your priorities. I'm gonna kill
I don't think I have now.
Oh god. So guys, how long do you think Dibs would last if a Rumiko Takahashi piece of work if he doesn't like Tsundere? Is it?
Alright.
I probably, let me guess, in like Radmar 1/2, I'd last like 10 minutes. With
Inuyasha.
within the Yasha, I'd last 2 seconds.
Oh, trust me, Dweebs, Inuyasha gets you pissed really fast.
Wait. Inuyasha's even more Tsundere than the Rama 1 series.
Yes, Jova, believe me.
I didn't think it was possible.
Anyway,
to be more
last
Tsundere
phase
than
is
Rama
the
had.
series of squares. You need to. The last phase of a boss is you defeating Square, the Square of Square-Enix.
Yeah, we're fighting Square-Enix.
Why do I get the feeling this is Yoko Taro voicing his frustrations with Square?
But again, didn't
Trust me,
Neil-
Jova, this joke gets even better in Automata, but I have already said too much.
Really?
Yeah, I was just gonna say NieR Automata did something like this too. I think isn't that one DLC?
No, well, that's that too, Dweebs. I was referring to another thing. What Dweebs refers to is that there is a DLC where you get to fight. It's taken from that direct that Square did for Final Fantasy 15, where you, as 2B, you get to fight the director of Square Enix and later on the director of Platinum Games.
Wait, hold on. I thought that was Final Fantasy 15's.
Yes, but the Yoko Taro and Platinum Games saw that and decided to implement that in Automata as DLC.
Basically, Joe, with the new president of Square-Enix, Yosuke Matsuda, apparently he really loves putting himself in the games.
Self-inserting as an unbeatable super boss.
So I'll assume.
He's that powerful?
Yes, from
So
what
I'll
I've seen,
assume-
yes.
I'll assume you want me to do the DLC.
That's one thing. That's another thing.
Yes,
That,
Yes.
if you can do it, sure.
that's another thing that I really like about Matsuda. Like he really seems like he even has a sense of humor about himself and everything.
That
True.
reminds me, Pedro, when you do Final Fantasy 15, you are gonna show up the boss.
I can't, Jova, because that's not something I can. That's a timed event.
Japanese only, isn't it?
That too.
Yeah,
That
it
too.
wasn't implemented yet. Sorry, Jova. Anyway, we're almost at the end of a boss.
Fortunately, we still were able to commentate on the carnival event while it was going on.
Compared to
Yeah.
Joran Square. Oh wait, no! They got revived
There
by
you go.
singing on Final
There's the clock,
Fantasy.
and we're about to be done.
Yes, and then no, I got it, Joe. All the times it's regenerated, was it playing the redoing of Final Fantasy 14 card?
You know.
All right, and we are done.
Well, that happened.
All right, and Pedro, get ready for another Zelda reference.
All right.
Because it's the reason why the prince got here in the first place.
Is the prince really Princess
Let's-
Zelda?
No,
Let's-
he just,
Now, what am I
he just
thinking
needed
that's
he just
happening?
needed to find his mask.
Oh, really?
His mess.
So how is he gonna obtain it?
Oh!
Nice.
Very subtle.
So wait, how does Mass...
That was so in your nose that it.
And Square, the reason we gave the series for 7 years is because Nintendo was suing Yoko Taro.
Anyway, for context, Jova, you'll be the prince.
Right.
Remember, Dweebs, you're the advisor.
My liege, are you okay? Oh, the royal mask.
Our people have suffered since the king's death. I was too young to bridge the gap between our people and other civilizations. Trade has come to a halt. We lack food and water, and the people despair for it. This mask is an emblem of the king.
It's not a fire emblem, though.
With it, I can project a strong image to other lands, and our people can be prosperous once more.
Yeah, these people are in for a rude awakening. My prince.
Rules do not exist to bind you. They exist so you may know your freedoms.
Your rules suck!
These are the words of the previous king, my father.
But fuck
And
my
now
father,
that I
all
have
rules
his
are
mask,
banned.
I believe I can ascend to the throne. Is this correct?
Of course. Hail! Oh, hail the new king! God, Opus.
Alright
So
then,
essentially,
down
the king
with the
has returned.
rules.
Well, this
Alright.
is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well,
Valdo.
the-
I
At least it's
apologize
like
to you,
in
my
Fantasy.
foreign friends, for all your hardships. I swear by my new position as the king of Façade, I shall grant whatever you desire. Please, what is it I can do
Yay.
for you?
Well,
Stop
there's
making
these
silly rules for a
rules.
start.
Yeah, you could take down all those stupid rules. That's
My
one thing you
rules.
could do.
It kind of has to.
No, NieR, they might be able to help you. Then think of a wish I can grant on behalf of another.
All the townsfolk.
I think he just gave us an order.
Hold on, Papa NieR is actually gonna come up with an interesting answer.
I want you to make rule 0, and it's going to say that if people don't like a rule, they can vote to
That's
change
fair.
But they're going to be changing all the rules then.
Who knows, Twig?
So,
Maybe
so basically, Nia, with that suggestion, they're going to keep changing the rules all the time, and then nothing will ever get done unless you've caused the collapse of order in that realm. Well done.
That was the end of NieR.
Yeah, Nia, he fucks over civilizations.
And thus we shall grant your request. Still, that alone cannot repay our debt to you. Please, accept this.
Oh, a cheat code to get to the end of the game?
No, actually a weapon.
All
A
right.
bird.
Thanks, but I think you're forgetting someone.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Fira.
We
I'm
we
sorry
can't
for all I put you through.
can't get the Booker sword, can we?
Wait, he put her
It-
through.
It's not a problem.
Should I burped?
I don't know. Shira, are you there?
Yep.
That's
Put
you,
the- There you
Dorit.
go.
Anyway, we just
Once
need
again,
to talk
once
to
again,
him.
Dweb steals rolls.
Charming. And he looks like a
Oh.
pizza cutter.
Well, I wouldn't be stealing rolls if you guys pay attention.
Touche.
Speaking of you, Dwebs, go ahead.
Ah, yes, the fantasy that claimed my father's life.
So you read Shira's lines, but you don't read yours.
Dang, Dwibs, dang.
We heard you were searching for a cure. Did you ever learn anything?
I'm sorry, no. Everything we tried ended in failure.
Because of the rules!
I just really hope that doesn't have to be a...
Seems there is no way around it. We'll have to collect the steel verses
Well,
one by one.
fuck me then.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, yeah.
There aren't too many left.
It's like Papa NieR said, there aren't many left.
Pardon me, but
Alright then.
what are these sealed verses?
We're not sure, but if I can find them all, I can save my daughter from the Black Squall.
You don't know what they are?
I don't know yet.
I don't know and I don't much care. I just want to save my daughter. I run around collecting a bunch of crystal horse manure if that's what it takes.
Jeez.
I don't know. We should take him to
This fills in with determination.
Take him to like the
the Crystal Empire. That's
One
it,
moment,
it'll be-
please.
There's probably plenty of crystallized horse shit around here.
and then they could use that to create the crystal maze or something.
Oh,
Can I
God.
ask you to visit us again? To return as friends?
But I thought rule number 88 said no one can ever
Sure.
revisit the
Why
land
not?
ever.
I said screw the rules if enough people
Trying
vote
to get
to
yourself
change it.
kidnapped again.
But again, all
Also,
the rules are
again-
gonna keep changing.
Don't
No,
worry,
it has to be majority, of course.
Don't worry, we'll get back to Façade story-wise. We'll get some also other side quests here as well. And there you go.
Yeah.
That's the silvers that we got by defeating the temple
I'm
boss.
worried about Yona.
Alright,
Shadi
Let's
up.
go back.
Oh
Alright,
yeah, Yona.
Basically, yeah. So right now, Papa NieR wants to check on Yona. So basically, that's what we're gonna do at the start of the next part. We're gonna go back to the village and check what Yona is about and see what we can do more about it. Because at this point, we pretty much explored almost all the main part of the explorable world that the game has to offer. We're gonna come back to the every single place later on and visit them in a different way, similarly again to Zelda. And but essentially, you got at least the most of it for now.
That reminds me, do we have all the party members we're gonna have?
No, Jova, but in the next part, we'll start actually getting in the process of acquiring the last one.
Alright then.
So basically, see you for that.
See you, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah.
See ya.